at 1 minute 55 on Sky News. Working poor is the title of it. Roughly 8 hours ago. They're talking about the government wasting money on green energy and how it only gives 30 jobs, doesn't save many people's jobs on green energy. Green energy is good and it has lower jobs as it's green. What do I mean by that? Well, if we can get the energy costs down and have it green, and then there's all sorts of ways to have it green, and I'm not saying the ways they're doing it is right, but it's baby steps. It's heading towards the right direction, true, when it comes to green. It doesn't matter how many jobs the electricity sector will create, because the electricity sector is there to give electricity to the people as cheap as possible and freely across the land as possible. True. The best way without hurting the planet. And long term as well. When it comes to cost, you try to get that as minimal as possible. Usually that'll happen. The more you build and do the similar thing, the more that cost will go down, as they say. When we sort out the electricity cost, people don't have to pay so much electricity, none at all. Certain ways to do things. That will create a shitload of jobs. Trust me. Cheap electricity or free electricity will up the work sector. It's what we need to work to, electricity. Allows more profit at a cheaper rate. Electricity at a cheaper rate. Right? Brings down inflation. Helps out all in the end. But what you can do, instead of talking about things in a proper way, that's just one quick idea of listening to this news about people attacking us and saying that we just keep on doing what we're doing, even though we want to change, as it creates more jobs. Right? But they're not looking outside the box, like I just said. It's not about creating jobs in the electricity sector, it's about creating jobs all the way around. So if you can fix one sector, make it right, you would be able to fix a lot of sectors, wouldn't you? But if you're being a hypocrite and you don't want to fix a sector and you want to go slow and you don't want to get real about things, then you're not going to look right, are you? You might as well just say, we're just like a country that just likes to keep pumping up fuel and don't want to stop until this and this. A little bit like what China says. They're going to go, they're going to get to it, they don't care what, all that kind of thing. Countries like that, but we're not meant to be like that. What are we meant to be leaders of that we declared here in Australia for a while and been charging the Australian people? We can't get out of that, can we? Otherwise we're being hypocrites ourselves. So we're already in it. Best way is to keep on going. Even if you fail, you might as well just fix the point and then keep on trucking in the right direction. Sometimes when you change and go in another direction, you will fail heading that way. As long as you know your point is right and what you're trying to do. Alright, that's on that question. I'll leave it there. Alright, charities. Now once again, everything is linked like a chain. So if you can fix up further, you can fix up down below. When it comes to charities and you have high inflation, it means everything is costly. The only thing that we've known for a while now, or I've known all my life, probably about 50 years, is that when you need help or try to get help, food that's a start. Because when food costs are expensive, that helps you pay other bills and other things. You can get your food for free or down to a minimal cost. And so when you have high inflation, you'll have a lot of people going to food bank. High inflation also causes lower jobs as everything gets harder. So once again, if we had cheaper electricity and it was cheaper for companies, could we help that problem be not so high? Maybe a very cheap electricity bill could go towards food. True. They're the things I'm talking about when it comes to, if you can go higher, you can fix a lot of things down below. What's the use of fixing all these things down below and talking about and arguing when you can just go higher and solve them all? Know what I mean? The food bank going up, expected. I had to go there a few times myself this year. So other people going, doesn't surprise me. It's a wise thing to do, and that's the only thing that's offered. So it's a start, isn't it? No, that's for the food. So when it comes to immigration and having more people is better, only works when the rules are good. When the rules are not good and not set fair and right and just, really, it'll just become worse. So you'd want to kick them out. They're not listening. They're not putting their way in. Blah, blah, blah. They're not thinking about what job they should do. They all want to be lawyers. When we're running out of food here on the property, we're going to supply our food. Things like that. So when it comes to having more people, it's meant to be better. Definitely if we got it right. See, we must have had it right ages ago because we wanted numbers to go up. So when we asked for numbers to go up, what was that all about? So you can't say one thing and then years later do another. Do you hope people forget? Numbers is always a good thing. There's more numbers, the stronger you are. What's the strongest country so far? How many numbers do they have? Why are they stronger? Is it the numbers? Is it because they can feed their numbers? Why can they feed their numbers and we can't? So when it comes to all this, it's not the people's fault. No one can put it back to the people when it comes to a lot of countries' fault. It usually always comes to the government failing the people. True? So if the people are having problems, then they need to seriously stand up, make sure who they're electing for in the next election knows what they're talking about and are true for what they're going to do. And elect the right people who know how to do the right things and see the right people to get things done. And go from there. Sounds simple? Well, it is. Unless you can collectively do it, it ain't. And what's the problem when it comes to collectively people doing that? Is it people getting paid behind the scenes? Is it they like control and domination secretly but don't want to say? What holds these things back? And what causes problems where we say we can't feed our people or we can't take anyone in when we're in such a high technology state? Is it because we'll be thinking about his technology too much? Maybe we need to pause and tone down and start thinking about the important stuff, like I've mentioned in clips before, and then we can tone back up on all the other problems. That's the quick way of fixing inflation. It's a quick way of someone fixing their budget at home. They change things around, true. They slow things back. So the government needs to do the same thing, and you'll solve your problem over time. Bye-bye.